and welcome to episode 55 of Direwolf 1.16 modpack. Direwolf20, that is, Alright, so last time we had kind of a convoluted, bitty, stupid episode. And we started to do a couple of bits and pieces in Pneumaticraft. So we got this machine built. I put another one of these down here. I mean, it's still chugging away. It's just taking forever. So in the meantime, there are a couple of things that we need to get, right? So in order to get these printed circuits, so let's go and have a look at these circuits, right? So in order to get these printed circuits, we need a couple of different bits. We need a couple of these machines and a program which does that to that, right? But we need to get these first, which is all well and good, but to get these blank ones, we need first, so an empty PCB. So if we go find an empty PCB, we've got the blasting, which put these failed ones into here, which is fine. Or we can use the pressure chamber, which is fine. We've got gold nuggets, we've got redstone torches, we've got a pressure chamber now. Plastic sheets we don't have. So we need to go through and we need to get plastic sheets, right? Now, redstone furnace, we can go and do this plastic construction brick, which requires plastic, so we can't really. We can have a look at the, no, see, that requires construction bricks as well. This requires putting the construction bricks through there. This one requires that, this one requires that, and this one requires that. So literally the only way of doing it is to solidify it, right? So in-world solidifying, that doesn't sound very good, but you know, what the hell. We still need to get molten plastic. Now molten plastic, we can use this thermo-pneumatic processing plant, which is fine. Charcoal or coal, no bother. Some temperature, which we can sort all that sort of stuff out, that's not a problem. We can even build this damn thing, I think. Can we build this damn thing? Yeah, we can even build this, right? However, we need vegetable oil, I think it is. Is it vegetable oil? It's some kind of oil. Let's go back over to the PCB. That one. And then we'll hit this button and then we'll go over to the plastic. And so to make plastic, we need to make molten plastic. Now we can use biodiesel, obviously varying kinds of biodiesel, yeah, or LPG. So basically we need fuel. So if we're going to go with biofuel, we can mix ethanol and vegetable oil, right? So ethanol and vegetable oil, and there's two versions of it. You've got plant oil, you've got vegetable oil, you've got ethanol, both from immersive engineering and Pneumaticraft. So immersive engineering is the industrial squeezer. So we can just feed it seeds and it will squeeze the crap out of stuff. Not too shabby. We've got this thing, we obviously need to put a bit of crap in here. So this vegetable oil, so from immersive engineering is plant oil, and from this, it's the thermo buggery jiggery, requires pressure to produce vegetable oil. Now it will produce a little bit more from the seeds than it would do if we use immersive engineering. However, we don't require pressure for immersive engineering. So I'm thinking that we'll go with an immersive engineering way, because we haven't played with immersive engineering yet, and I do genuinely love playing with it. So we need to get the plant oil, which is fine. That's an industrial squeezer, so we can sort that one out. Now the next thing that we need to do to get biodiesel is plant oil and ethanol. And ethanol is poisonous potatoes. Poisonous potatoes gives us 50 millibuckets. And this is just heat in this one, so that's fine. Sweet berries, apples gives us 50 and 50. And sugar, obviously we've got plenty of sugar, so we can do that. So I'm thinking poisonous potatoes and sugar in one of these things, which we can build. So this is a thermo-pneumatic thingamajiggy. Now the thermo-pneumatic thingamajiggy can can make the other shit as well, can't it? So if we go to biodiesel from here, this one is a refinery and it's a vegetable oil, and it's one of these. I don't know what that. I don't think that is anything in there. I mean, it does give us that, but we require pressure for that one. So that sorts it out then. So we're going to use immersive engineering for the plant, and we're going to use the other one, the thermo thingamajiggy, thermo thingamajiggy puggery thingy, that one, for this one. So we need to reinforce stone slabs. So we'll get some of those. We then need that. We need one more of these, which we can make, and then we've got one of those. Right, cool. So we got the bits that we need. I am not saying that 3 times fast. Forget that. Right. So let's get the book. This thing is a 3x3, so it's not bad. And then right. So if we pause this, and what we want to do is we want to see the bottom layer. So we've got, I think that's the pistons, isn't it? No, the pistons on top. Pistons on the next layer. Yeah, the pistons on the next layer pointing down. So we've got the scaffolding, then the orange block, then 2 of those. So if we go and grab the orange, the scaffolding, and 2 fluid pipes. So we're going to build this. We're going to build it fairly close. We're going to build it here because it's not really going to be in the way here. So we've got 3x3. Actually, we could probably dig out some of this. Won't take long. See? Yeah. Just give ourselves a little bit more room. Because I believe that we should be in a, yeah, we should be underneath something here. So if we do this and then just go, and what we'll do is we'll stop just where that block is, and then let's go back and just fix this one. Sorted. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build it in the recess here. Not straight in the recess, so that it gives us a little bit of stuff to get in the way. Or just stuff that's getting in the way. Yeah, it gives us a little bit of room to get around it. So what we're going to do is we'll build it this side. So we've got 2 of these things here. Then what we've got like an L shape. So like an L shape, and then we got 2 of these, which don't look like they should be going that way. Why are they not? You know what? Who cares? Redstone, that, and those. So let's have a look at the book. Next level. So we've got. So the next level is 3 of those, and the redstone. It's 4 of those. What? So you know that I took a side when I did the mana thing? Yeah, that's what happens every now and then. They sort of appear out of nowhere and try and kill you. Alright, so 4 barrels. 4 barrels. What else? So it's 4 barrels. Then 3 things on top. The redstone one over in the corner there. 3 of these on top. And then 1 piston pointing down. That's not pointing down. It will be the piston pointing down. So let's put a block at the top. Stop that from, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, cool. And let's knock this block out. There we go. Oh, for Christ's sake, we'll build it on 2. Let's put 2 blocks then. And then we'll put 1 here. No, I don't want it there. Thank you. Alright, let's knock that one out. See, this structure isn't going to be built until... now, where did I put that other? Well, there it is. This structure won't complete until I actually get the engineer's hammer, and I can't remember where I put that, so... I think that's in the system. It is indeed, there we are. Engineer's hammer. Is it on the barrel? Or on the piston? Or... I don't. What am I supposed to hit? Supposed to hit something. Maybe it's a left click. Alright, maybe I've got this wrong. Oh, yeah, I have. I need 2 of those orange things. There. Come on. Really? Have I still got something wrong? Two of those. Oh, hang on. Why does that look wrong? Three fences here, 2 fluid pipes, 4 wooden barrels, which is fine. Alright, here we are. The structure is built above, formed using the engineer's hand on the central wooden barrel from the side that has the engineering blocks. Items can be squeezed. Oh, okay, so there we go. Alright, so you just have to hit it in the right place. So those were the engineering blocks, and hitting it from this side on the central barrel now turns it into a proper structure. And I love the way these look, because genuinely they are very, very cool. Alright, so there is the redstone to start and stop it. This is the output, which is the fluid. Now this will output fluid, and so that will be, I think that's fluid and I think that's items, or the other way around, one of those. It does say in the book, which is why I should read the fucking manual. Items can be squeezed via the 2 hatches in the back, marked with blue dots. Okay, the hatch with the orange dot serves as an item output, and the block below it outputs fluids. So this one here is items, and that one is fluids. Alright, cool. So we will collect all that crap in a minute. However, what we're going to do is we're going to feed this power, we're going to feed this some seeds, and we're going to see if we can get this rocking and rolling. Because if we can get this going, right, so there's the barrel, and what we're going to do is we need to feed it with power. So we are going to feed it somehow with power. I wonder if the energy pipes will actually work with this. I'm hoping so, because otherwise I've got to do some more power. Nope, that's not power. Is that power? Nope. Right, where's the power? Probably top. Nope, not top. How about here? Nope. There we are, there's the power. I knew it would be around here somewhere. You just got to find it, because in some of the machines it's at the top, some of the machines it's around the side. I should realise that the engineers is usually where it is. So wherever the engineers thing is, it's usually the input of the power. So what we are going to do is, because we've got everything in the floor, we are actually going to put this underneath the floor. Purely and simply because it just makes it a lot easier. And we're going to do that in a second. Okay, so I just took a phone call and that thing exploded. So we've lost a valve, and we've lost one of these. Actually, this one blew up and then that took the valve with it. So I've managed to fix it all now. I've got most of the stuff back. I lost 1 block of iron, which is, you know, fair enough. I've also put this thing on there. So I was reading up in the book, and this is receiving redstone threshold 4.9 bar. So as soon as it gets to 4.9, it will just eject stuff, basically. So yeah, I replaced all that anyway. Not great, but this thing here, safety tube, yeah, when I built it, it basically says the max pressure is 5, and at the pressure at the moment is 2.48 in there. So this basically will act as like a safety valve. So as soon as it gets to 5, which is bad shit, there we go, going into the bad realm, that will open up and we'll be able to hear it. So at the moment we're at 2.5. So we could actually throw some stuff in here. We don't have any stuff to throw in here, but we could throw some stuff in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to here. I've already got a couple of bits that we need, so that's cool. We obviously need, you know what? Yeah, bugger it. I'm going to use a flux for this. Yeah, I'm going to use a flux point for this, purely and simply because I just can't be bothered to piss around with that. So let's just get that stuff in there. Let's select a network. Right, now we should be good with power. Right, so that's now got 8 slots to squish shit. We need to get, obviously, stuff into it. Now, the easiest way is for us to go under the floor because we've already got this area hooked up, right? Now, we haven't got it hooked, but we've got it, you know, we've got shit everywhere, really. So, yeah, we have got quite a lot of stuff everywhere. So we should be good. But what we'll do is just run the thing over here. We should hit the underground stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll hook up the cabling to this, because this will be the easiest place to do it, rather than keep running like different bits and crap. So here, get our cables. Try not to miss a step. And I'm going to run them just a little bit further because we do need them back here as well. So we're going to run them down there. And then what we'll do is we'll just jump into the back. Right, we may or may not require torches, but I'm going to put one down anyway. I'm also going to dig another hole in the floor because I want to get up here. Right, so we need our export bus. So let's get that exporter up here. We're already out of seeds, so let's get some seeds. Now we've got a range of seeds. I'm going to go with the stuff that we've got a massive amount of, which is the wheat seeds. So we're not going to have masses of these like forever. So we may as well just chuck these in there for the moment. We've got plant oil coming out as well, which is good. Right, so let's hook this crap up from here. There we go. And that should be feeding our seeds. We're going to need some speed upgrades. Definitely a speed upgrade. And alright, we've got a network card in there. Right, so we need stack upgrade and some speed upgrades. We're probably going to need a few more of those, but I'm sure I've got some of those in my backpack. I just need to remember where the backpack, what backpack it is. So let's put our stack and our speed in there. There we go. Right, so that should handle that one. This one's going to work quite fast. I mean, we've got quite a bit of stuff coming out already, so that is kind of cool. So what we'll do now is we've got to export from here and here. So we're going to import into the system from here and here, and I think this one's liquid. Or is it this one that's liquid? I think that might be liquid actually. That one might not be. Let's check anyway. Because if the liquid comes out, well then we know that that's where the liquid comes from. Right, liquid is the bottom and items are the top. So whatever that is. So I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, we're good. Right, so we've got this thing running quite well. I mean, it's not doing too bad. This is quite quick. That is generating some decent amount of crap. So that's cool. Right, so we've got all this hooked up, so now we're good. Now over here we've obviously got this almost 3. I am going to switch these over so that they're on, and you've noticed that I've taken the coal out because when we had that explosion I turned all these off. Right, now I turned them off, but they were still cooking because they were still cooking in the entire block of coal. So what I've done now is I've just switched it up a bit so that we're using a fuel that doesn't burn as long, which means that we've got a bit more control over when we can actually like turn them on and off. So I'm going to put a lever on each one and then just check and we can turn them on and off. Perfect. All right, cool. So we're going to leave that for now. Now I'm going to keep an eye on this because it's on 2.85 where we only need 2. So I've got our hopper, omnidirectional hopper, linked up to that, which will export into here. I've got our stuff here. Now what we need is, obviously we need the PCBs, right? PCB, maybe. That would be a little bit easier. So we're going to need the plastic. Now we've got the rest of the crap. It's just this plastic now. So we need biodiesel, so we need plant oil, vegetable oil, and then ethanol. And the way that we're going to get our ethanol is from this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and throw this over here because it's part of the same system. So I am literally going to throw it down. Wow, that's tiny. I'm not going to throw it down there because like that's even in, let's change this to a single block. I thought it was going to be a bit bigger than that, but apparently not. So let's get some diorite and just fill in the floor. Where are we going to put this actually? It would be nice to put it over there because that's where most of our shit is, but I'm thinking that this could be the processing area, so actually I'm going to put it down, but I'm going to put it here instead. So we need pressure for this, don't we? Shit. Is it pressure or do we need... See, it didn't say anything about pressure when we did... Oh, so what are we looking for? Ethanol. Okay. We're looking for ethanol. So we need to make... that's bioethanol. We just need to make ethanol. So we've got the industrial fermenter, which we could do, or the other item. I'm sure the other item was... Oh, it's this one. There we go. So temperature, not... Yeah, see, it doesn't show any pressure. So yeast culture. Alright, that was the other thing we needed. Yeast culture, which is water, mushrooms... Oh, Christ. You know what? It might be easier to just do one of these ones. Ethanol, potatoes. Potatoes we could do. Or sugarcane we could do to get ethanol. Might be easier to do the industrial fermenter, to be honest. Alright, industrial fermenter it is. Right, let's go look that up in the book. Where's the book? Engineers. So, where are we? The fermenter. Ethanol from fruits, grains, vegetables through a fermenting process. Its structure is built as shown above and formed using the electrical hammer on the central cauldron. Okay, so the central cauldron would be this one there. Alright, so we could right click and put that on there. So it's pretty much the same as the other one that we had, which... Yeah, okay, so it's built roughly the same. So we need stick steel scaffolding. We've got 2 fluid pipes, that's fine. We need iron sheet metal. So we'll go for 6 steel and 2 light. So 6... Oh, we need 4 of those, I know that. So we'll have 4 of those. We need 2 of those, which we've got anyway, which is good. We need 6 of these. So if I start 1, they come in batches of 6 anyway, so that's cool. Cauldrons, we definitely need... So let's have a look at the cauldron. Well, we've got 1. We're going to need a couple of those. We need 4 in total, I think. So let's go and check the schematics. What have we got? 1 redstone engineering block. That's the only thing we need. So redstone engineering block is here. We've got 4 of them. Perfect. Alright, so that should be good. So we need 2 light, and then I'm pretty sure it was that and this. And then in the middle we had the fluid pipes, so we'll put those in there. The cauldrons were over here on top. And then it was the 4 of these here, right? And then there was a redstone block, and I think that was here. Is that right? That looks right. Let's try it. That was right. Perfect. Okay, so we now know that power goes in on the engineering block. So let's get another flux point. Because at this point, flux is easy to get, and we've got an abundance of power, so we might as well just use these everywhere. I mean, it's safe cabling. So that's that one. So now this little baby should have power. Sweet. Alright, so we need to export stuff into here. So let's get our exporters. So we'll put one on there, and right now we're going to go into here. Right, we've got stack upgrades and speed upgrades. Perfect. So we want a stack upgrade in here, like so, and we want 3 speeds. And then we're going to need to pick what we actually want. Carrots is the obvious choice, but does carrots do it? It might not, so we might have to go full on potato. However, we've got poisonous potatoes, but that wasn't the recipe, was it? So potato, we got 24,000 of them, so I mean we've got a few. Does it do carrots? No. Potatoes? Do I need something? Potatoes. Does potatoes. So unfortunately we are going to go with potato, which is not brilliant because we don't have that many of them. Alright, we'll have to set up a farm at some point to do the potatoes. So let's get rid of some of this crap out of my inventory. For instance, we don't need that or this at the moment. Alright, so we've got all of these put here. Let's go and put our importers down for here and here, and then get our cables. Right, let's just dig one into the floor and come across, and then what we'll do is we'll go down here. We should have gone down that one instead, and then we'll just run across here. There we go. This is one of the other reasons why I thought, we'll build it in this section, because we've got no issues with tunneling, so that's cool. Right, so we're good here. We will come across, we will break this one, and then we'll just come shooting across there. We can get rid of that one in the corner. That's fine. Alright, so that now should be importing, except for that's fluids. So that should be now importing fluids. And we need another hookup. So let's get out of here. We need a hookup for here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dig into the floor here. And just straight down, and then we should be able to go across as well. There we go, and that should be alright. Let's put the dirt back here. We'll put one down there, and we'll put one here, and then go in and just dig out this part of the floor. There we go, gives us a little bit more room. Oh, that's where the edge of the thing is. Alright, cool. Right, so let's just hook this little thing up to here. Sweet. And we should be getting stuff up here as well. So let's put the cobble back, like so. There we go. And this thing should be now cooking on gas. Perfect. Alright, so we should be importing the stuff into the system from here. So we should have both of our products that we need now. Now what we need is plastic. So how do we get plastic? Now liquid plastic or molten plastic is that little thing that we had with temperature. We need to import biodiesel with charcoal or coal. So let's have a look at this. So we've got the refinery, which is immersive engineering refinery, or what else? This is vegetable and ethanol, which would then go to biodiesel. That's kind of cool. We could build that one. What else can we use? The fluid mixer, but it requires pressure. So guess what we're going to do? Immersive engineering again, because immersive engineering is cool. We need the refinery. Okay, so this is a bit more. So it's a complex method of one or two liquids into another. The most common application is plant oil and ethanol into biodiesel to form the structure. Right click the heavy engineering block in the middle. So heavy engineering block there. Okay. Alright, that's cool. So what do we need? We need 8 steel scaffolding, 2 light engineering. So let's have a look at immersive. So we need 2 light. So we'll start that because that comes in 4s. We need 2 heavy. we're missing steel sheet metal, so let's get some steel. Alright, okay, so steel sheet metal that's lead, that's steel, so let's get some. Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't have any of that, but I do have this, so I can make plates. Right, so we'll get the steel sheet metal this way, which is 4 of those plates in the thing. So let's get that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how many was it? It was 8 steel scaffolding, 8 steel scaffolding. Right, okay, so 2 heavy engineering, 8 steel scaffolding. So it was some of this, and 8 steel scaffolding, which is where? 8 of those. Alright, well, we've got 12, but we only need 8, so we'll put those 2 back. We'll put these 2 back as well, because we don't need all of those. So that's that one. Then it was iron sheet metal, was it? So heavy engineering block, iron sheet metal. So 16, 2 heavy engineerings, 16 of these, 2 of these. There we go. So we've got 16 of these. We need 2 heavies. Come on. There we go. So we need 2 heavy. What else do we need? 1 redstone and 5 fluid. So 1 redstone, which I think we've got. Yep, there we go. So we've got the redstone and 5 fluid. Wrong one. Fluid is not there. Alright, so let's have a look at the fluid. Fluid pipe. There we go. There's the immersive engineering ones. So we just need some iron at immersive. Iron sheet. Which is this. Iron plate. Okay, so it's iron plate. Yeah, there we go. So if I do that much, and then we can make our own. So 5, 6. Oh, 5, 6. And then we can do that, and then we can go for 8 of those. So we're only going to need 2 of those, aren't we? No, we're going to need 5. Okay, so let's pause this, and then we'll go onto the bottom layer. Okay, so the bottom layer is 5 across and 3 deep. So we'll go 3 deep, and we'll go 5 across. So we need 5 pipes, a heavy scaffolding there. So the pipes, the heavy, and the scaffolding. So it will go something like scaffolding, scaffolding, heavy, scaffolding, scaffolding, and then pipes, then scaffolding, and is the heavy on the bottom or is the heavy on the next level? So that's not a heavy, so that's a light. So I'm guessing that the lights will form 2 blocks like that, and the heavies will do the 2 blocks. So if we go up a level, yeah, heavy, light, redstone is over here. So if we get our redstone block and put that on the end, and then these ones are 1, 2, 3, 4 in each. So here, like so, and then here, like so. And then on the last level, okay, so it's just building these up now. There we go. So we'll just go like this and like this, and I guess that's the tanks. That's quite cool. All right, and then we hit this thing, and we build this. Sweet. All right, so let's have a look around the back. We've got power around the back, I would have thought, because that looks like an output. Those look like inputs. Blue ones are inputs, aren't they? Blue ones are inputs, so input on the sides, output in the front here, and we've got power on the back. So let's get our power in. So let's get our flux. Like so. Get that all hooked up, like so. Yep, there we go. Cool. Right, that should have power. Good, we've got power. Right, so we need one in this side. So we need an exporter on this side, and we need an exporter on this side. And we need to dig just 2 down there, and then 2 down the other side, like so. And then 1 at the front, because this is going to be our input. Let's put that block back. Right, okay. So that's that. We now need to go underneath and hook up the last pipe, which is over here somewhere. Let's just move that around. Alright, that should be good. So hooking up is as simple as bringing it down and then across, because there we've got to pick up the other input anyway. We've also got to pick up the output, so we'll run it across here. That should give us our output, and then there's our importer, which should give us import and then fluids. Right, so that will give us our import, and look at that, that works out quite well. It looks right next to each other. Sorted. All right, let's go back upstairs. What I forgot, it's quite a long way, even when you can fly, because you forgot to build an access port over there. All right, let's go back up here. All right, so we got that. That's all nice and hooked up. This is immersive. I love immersive. It looks so good. All right, so you guys are cool. We now need buckets of crap from each of you. Now, I'm pretty sure that I have fluid. I do have fluid somewhere, don't I? I have a little fluid grid in here. Yes, there we are. Okay, so wireless fluid grid, and let's get our bucket of ethanol and a bucket of plant oil. Sweet. All right, so we should be able to go, you are ethanol, and no, that doesn't look right. You are fluid and ethanol, and you are fluid and that. You're in plant oil coming out. No, plant oil going in, sorry. Biodiesel coming out. Nice. Okay, that is so cool. All right, let's fill that up. And let's fill that up. Sweet. All right, we are cooking shit now. Right. Let's get our fluid grid back in there for the moment. And let's get our speed upgrades and our stack upgrades. And let's stack the crap out of this. So we'll go one of those, and we'll go like this, and then we'll go one of those, and like that, and other side, one of those, and that. Now that should be filling up. Yeah, there we go, max, and it should be coming out perfect. All right, that is cool. That really is cool. Let's get rid of some of this crap in here. Don't need that, for instance. Right, that's good. So now we've got our biodiesel. Now we can throw this little bugger down. And I am going to put this over here. Right next to this. Well, with a space, anyway. Right, so this shit goes in here, goes in there. So we need our thing in there, a coal in there, and then that in there. So we need two exporters, because we can't do one, so we get two exporters. Now I don't know what way these are going to export or import or anything, because I haven't used these before. That doesn't look good. What did I use? Oh, I used that for the lights downstairs, didn't I? Which means that there is a going down here. Yeah, see, I completely missed this. I walked past that. Right, so this we don't actually need anymore. Do we? No, we don't. So let's get rid of that. Yep, we don't need that anymore. So that's cool. All right, we're tidying up behind ourselves. Look, we don't need you. We don't need you. You. Right. Okay. So down here we don't really need to be. We need to be upstairs, but there is a hole here we can walk up. All right. That's an easy way to get down. Not. Okay, so we're gonna need to go into the floor at some point for our cables, but our cables should be around here anyway. So that's cool. So let's get this hooked up. where are we? We've got some cables, so we'll run the cable like so. And right, temperature. There is a Pneumaticraft upgrade I saw. It looks like the things that you put on, like the spawner agitators. Yeah, there we are. Heat frame. Can be placed when heated by an adjacent heat source. It will try to smelt any item in the image as well as freeze it when cooled. Right, I don't know. We need to heat these things, which yeah, that seems like a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. That's up 2 point. That's up 2. These are off, but that's holding its pressure. That's good. Right, this. So we need heat. Let's worry about the heat after. We'll read the book for the heat. We can get these in. So we need, in this side, we need the fluid thing again. No, it's in here. Fluid. Yeah. Wireless fluid. Right, so let's get our fluid and let's get our ethanol, which should be one of the... Wow, the ethanol's doing really well, actually. It's the biodiesel. Jesus Christ, we've got 75 buckets of biodiesel already. That's good. Alright, so we'll put you as biodiesel and you as coal. You as coal, because we've got tons of you. You as coal. Okay, now let's go downstairs and hook you up. So, whoa. Don't know what I did there, but I was holding something down. So you come down here and just across. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so that's all hooked up to the system storage. And you are now filling up with biodiesel and coal. Pressure. Now it says it didn't show any pressure, so do you need pressure or is it just heat? Now it says something in the book about heat. So let's go back to this one and we'll go, wow, we've got a few more things, a couple of things have locked, some things have unlocked. What's this in here? A heat sink? A heat pipe. A heat pipe is an insulation core compressed iron which can transmit heat between blocks without any thermal connection to adjacent air or fluid blocks. More compact. Okay. You can conceal heat pipes with the camouflage application. Alright, so that's heat sinks. Thermal lagging. Use heat will lose heat to the air if left exposed, while you can cover these machines with pretty much non-air. Thermal lagging is pretty suitable. Okay. So we can do some thermal lagging maybe. That would be cool. That will keep their temperature in. So remember thermal lagging. Liquid hopper, fine. Liquid heat sinks, gas lift. Alright, charging station, air cannon, reinforced chest, tanks, vortex tube. No idea what that is. Heat pipe, aerial interface. Vortex tube is about real world physics. Splits the air into the following hot and cold parts, heating up one side of the tube and cooling down the opposite. Be aware the hot and cold sides do have a thermal connection, so it's more efficient to vent the cold side when you want to utilize the heat and vice versa. This can be done with a heat sink. When you place the vortex down or rotate a vortex tube, the hot air will face towards you. Note that each end has a narrow red or blue band indicating which is which. Pressurized air is required to make the vortex tube work. The higher the pressure, the greater the temperature differentials, but the air will also be used at a greater rate. Okay, so we could use one of those. We could use a vortex tube, couldn't we? To generate the heat. I mean, we've got... Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can make one of them. No, I want to go into here, vortex tube. So we need one of those. Yeah, cool. And we also need a heat sink, because it said it's more efficient if you use that's a heater, a heat sink. There. So, oh, have I really got no iron bars? Heat sink on the other side, right? So that makes sense. And then it needs pressure. So if we go over here and destroy a single block and then take that. So basically we've still got 2. And still at 2.93 bars, so that is holding its pressure really, really well. Quite impressive. I thought I would have to constantly do that. I'm guessing only if I use it. So south and north. So north, that's south, that's north. South temperature is... north is to my left. And that is 13 degrees. Okay. So if we now give this pressure, so if we get this and a tube, so if we put a tube down, okay, tube connects, that's good. Put that down and put coal in it. That is on high signal. Okay, so it remembers whether you need a high signal or not. That's cool. Let's get some coal. And chuck that in there. Perfect. Right, that should then produce... yeah, there we go. So the south temperature is getting colder and the north is getting... right. So now it says put a heat sink on the bottom one. And then that should help the other one. So the higher the pressure, the better it is, right? So if I stop this, this is obviously still going to burn for the moment, but do I need to constantly keep it right? So this is getting above temperature, so that's cool. Now where does this come out? Does this come out of the front or the back or the bottom or the what? I'm guessing it might come out of the right or the bottom. Yeah, that might be a problem. But if we can start producing some first. Okay, so that's cool. So we've got the heatsink over there, which is now at 0 degrees, and that's at -1. So that's working really well. This is almost finished. So we should be able to see whether we're producing pressure or whether that actually will sort of stick at a standard, right? So let's see. So that's going down, and that's going down. So we might have to regulate this at some point, but this is now going back up, and so is that. Yeah, cool. Alright, so we need to keep pressure going into that thing. Alright. That's good, because we needed to know that. Too much pressure and it'll blow up, but, you know, hey ho, can't win them all. See, the max pressure for this is only 5 bar. We need another one of those valves. Is it a safety thing? No. Oh, dafty. Safety? Yeah, it's one of these. So we need one of these. Oh, I can't do it there either. So let's do safety. So one of those, because I don't want it to blow up. That's the, you know, as much as that thing can handle 20, I don't have a pipe that can handle 20 bar at the moment. So when this gets to 5 bar, I still need to constantly give it, but I can't do anything about it. So there we go. All right, so this should now be working, right? Dump any excess. Biodiesel. Oh, does this need pressure? Heat. Add some valid ingredients. Okay, so I need to insulate that, but it said put in some valid ingredients. Which, can this only be charcoal? Let's see if we've got charcoal. We've only got 55 charcoal. That's not good. It's charcoal. It has to be charcoal. Crap. Okay, we need to make some charcoal real quick. So we need, so if we go oak, what have we got? We've got 3,000 of those. So let's have a look at what logs we've got the most of. Okay, so we've got the most birch. So let's go throw a bit of birch through. Smelt some birch up. redstone furnace. Do we want to do that? I think we might do, actually. I think what we might do is actually sort out some charcoal this way. Block of charcoal, mini coal, mini charcoal even. Right. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So it's a processing recipe. We want to clear it. We want to get ourselves some spruce. No, it wasn't spruce. It was birch. We're going to get some birch. We'll do... Let's do 1, shall we? 1. And to 1 charcoal. Which we don't have because we've just set it up so that it will eat all the charcoal. So let's just take 1 charcoal. Right, that's full. Like so. And it will produce 1 charcoal. So that's that. And then we'll shove it in here. And then we need another thing for this. So if we go back over to here and go back into our ME system, our refined system. Not a range upgrade, it's a crafting upgrade I'm looking for. There we go, crafting upgrade. Okay, so we've got a crafting upgrade. Let's get this in, and then we should be good to find out what the freaking import is. We are going to put a stack upgrade, and we're going to put 2 speed upgrades on there, but we're also going to put 1 crafting upgrade. So whenever we need it, it will just automatically craft more. As you can see, it's now crafting quite happily. Alright, so that's cool. So we're exporting the biodiesel into here. The biodiesel, I don't think we need stack upgrades and speed upgrades on there, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. Obviously the molten plastic now needs to come out, so let's import that into the system. Now hopefully this will import that fluid, and it does. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, so we now have our molten plastic. And now, right, what are you at? You are at 1 bar. You are at 142 degrees. That's cool. You are 150 roughly. So greater than or equal to 100. So that's just going to keep cooking. That is really cool. So next time this episode has gone on way too long, guys. I mean, we've got our stuff cooking, so I'm going to leave this cook a little bit longer. I don't think we're going to need to leave it too much longer, but I want to check out how many seeds we've still got, how many potatoes, and then obviously these things is cooking up quite nice anyway. But if we have a look at our seeds, our seeds are 35,000, that's not that bad. Potatoes are down to 21, so we're doing okay, but we might need to top those up at some point. We might need to do a little closed loop on those ones just to keep them ones ticking over. This is at still 2.93, so I'm guessing unless we actually process something, it's going to be okay. So we've still got these anyway. We can turn those on if we need to. This is not linked to anything at the moment, but we will just keep that as it is. Purely and simply because I want to be able to monitor what goes in and out at the moment. However, we will import that into the system at some point. So we've got everything working. Everything is sorted. That thing up there is an output, so we need to output that one. We need an omnidirectional hopper before we go, because I completely forgot that that is what we needed. So let's get some chests. Let's get one of these and put one of these on there. And then it needs to go from this side. So we're going to put it this way. It still pulled it, which was... Oh, and now it's trying to put it back in. And then it's trying to pull it. And now it's going to try and put it back in. Really annoying. That was where our last block of compressed iron went, actually. So we didn't lose any, which is good. So if we just do that, we'll stick all that in there. Alright, what I'll do is I'll get that spun around so that it will be pointing to a chest. In fact, actually, I might just use the item pipes from mechanism. Anyway, you don't need to know that. You do need to know that that is the end, and we will see you next time. I've been Syntosis. You have been awesome. Laters.